Welcome back to NextJS pages. We're going to show you guys exactly how you can build pages that look like this with NextJS. If you haven't watched part 1, I highly recommend you do, because in part 1, this is kind of where we set things out. We start integrate with NextJS. So highly recommend you go ahead and watch part 1. But in this one, we're actually going to show you some more concept and then make sure that we integrate this with the time that we have. So anyway, too much talking, let's go. So let's review everything we've done from part 1. So from part 1, we went ahead and go to NextJS, create a NextJS project. Then after that, we clone it to our computer. Then we start building different pages that we have, such as right now, we have different pages. We can navigate between pages. Right now, I'm on the billing page. I'm on the home page, and I go back to the billing. I go to the about page so I can navigate between pages, and I'll walk you guys to show you how dynamic pages work and yada yada. But before I go any further, before I implementing you guys and show you everything, so the reason, one of the best reason about NextJS is it is built to not only make your web application super fast, but also to help you with a lot of issues. And one of them is SEO. We'll do another video just focusing exactly on how you can do SEO with NextJS. But let me quickly show you this. You can come here to the application, to the index. Let me go back. I believe it's the app application. And then you can do some sort of like basic SEO with it. I'm going to show you guys an example of things that you could do within the app application. So NextJS have something called, I'm going to come here on the top. I'm going to go here, and NextJS have something called, I'm going to come here and NextJS have something called next head. If I can spell that right. Yes, I'm going to call this one head. And then from the head itself, you can start building this out. I can come here and say, okay, this one is going to be an empty, and this is going to be my component. And then within the head tag, I can add different things within it that could allow me with SEO. So as you are building different routing, that's something you want to make sure that you keep in mind as well as you're building different things. And you can even make this dynamic however you want to. So why am I showing you this into a routing section? Well, the reason I'm showing you this is because as you're building your components, you can make sure that this can be dynamic based on the different pages that you're building, and you can even add some further content down there that you can use that will help you boost. Again, if you can get yourself super highly ranked on Google, it's good for business, it's good for conversion, it's good for everything. Anyway, too much talking. Let's go back to, hey, how do we build this, right? How do we build something like this? Well, in order to build something like this, I'm going to be using a library called Chakra UI. If you haven't used with Chakra UI before, highly recommend. I'm using this extensively for most of, it's one of the best React library for CSS out there. So all you have to do is click on Get Started. I'm gonna click, when you click on Get Started, select the project. In this case, I'm gonna get NextJS. They also have a remix section. I'm gonna click on here, and then all you have to do is just follow this. I'm gonna come down there, I'm gonna come here and right there, and I'm gonna install those. I'm gonna copy in case these are one or the other. So you can either do npm or you could do yarn, whichever one. And then second, you need to add a provider. What that means is you need to go back to the app that you have, which is right here. So I'm gonna come right there, and once I'm here, I'm gonna do an import. This import I'm gonna do, it's gonna be Chakra UI. So after it got installed, and I'm gonna pick the React version. And in this case, I need to get the Chakra provider. Okay, so you get the Chakra provider, and then once you get the Chakra provider, you technically wrap your entire React application inside Chakra provider, and that's it. You got Chakra integrated. You can start using Chakra component within your CSS. Now within your React, within your Next.js application. Now, if you want to go fancy, you can customize the theme. What that means is you can just copy these lines of code here. You can change different colors on how things are built, and then you can extend your theme from the Chakra UI. You can come here again, use a node extension called extend theme, if I'm not mistaken. Gonna make sure, yep, extend theme, and then after you build that, you take the theme, you pass it over Chakra, and then voila, you're gonna get something like this in case you want to extend the theme, right? But why am I showing you Chakra again? Well, the reason I'm showing you Chakra is because those different components or built using Chakra UI. So which means we needed to integrate Chakra UI in order for us to get this beautiful landing page. Well, am I going to build it myself? Yes, I'll be more than happy to build them, but we're talking about a lot of them, right? We're talking about a sign up component, a different one, yada, yada, and so on. So here's something I'm gonna do. There is this library out there, which called Chakra UI templates. It's one of the best templates that you can recommend, and they have a lot, and it's free to use. They have a lot of predefined template here. So if you click on section, there is a hero section that they have. You can see different hero section. In this one, I'm gonna see the sign up one. I'm gonna integrate just a couple to show you guys. So I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna get the pricing for now. There you go. So once you're here, you can see how they look on mobile. You can see how they look on tablet, and then how they look on desktop. And to see the code, you just click on code, and voila, you get all the code. I'm gonna copy this one. I'm gonna go back to my page, and here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna build a route for this one under pages. I'm gonna call this one billing, inside of billing, and replace everything that was there and paste everything here. Now, see, I just copy everything and paste it. Now, one of the things I want to mention, you do not have TypeScript. In case you do have, you don't have TypeScript, but in case you know how to work with TypeScript, that's fine. But if you don't know what TypeScript is basically a syntax flavor for JavaScript. It allows you to make your JavaScript more safer. It gives you a lot of cool stuff such as autocomplete. I love it myself, and it's very easy to integrate. But in this video, we're not gonna do TypeScript. We're gonna do something else. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna remove the TypeScript integration. You'll see how to do that. So wherever we have that node, I'm gonna come here, remove that node. And then once I remove that one, is there any TypeScript else? I don't think there is any. We'll figure this out. So technically that should be working as expected. And let's restart our server again to make sure that works. And now if we go back to /billing, okay, if I go back to /billing, I should be able to see this new pricing that I just copied from a template. Yes, we got some errors, so let's make sure that we resolve them. They said Chakra React is not found, so let's fix that. I'm gonna go back to the app. I'm gonna come here and I'm gonna actually remove this entire thing. I'm gonna try to import it again. I'm gonna come here and say, okay, this one's going to be Chakra React. That's what I missed. There you go. So that should work. Let's see. So compiling, I'm gonna go back to my browser and then refresh it again. Let's see if we have an issue. We'll fix them, and we need the React icon. So we'll see. Here we go. We got a different error here. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna copy this one. So it seems like it's complaining about this can't be found. I know why. So what I'm gonna do, this library, it's no longer pulling from this. So I'm gonna fix it. And I'm gonna actually copy this one, pull it from here instead, and delete this. So now if I try to run this, that should be able to fix that for me. And that's one of the things when you're using templates, some of them might work, some of them might not work. So you wanna make sure that you know how to fix it. And voila, I now have this beautiful billing page integrated, and I can do whatever I want to do with it, and I can start building, right? So the other thing I want to do, I want to copy a sign up page. I'm going to come here. I'm going to go back. So this is the sign up page. I'm going to go back to the Chakra template. I'm going to look for authentication. And here they have different ones. So I'm going to pick up the sign up page here. So I'm going to copy this code. I'm going to go back and I'm going to create a different route. In this case, I'm going to come here, and within pages, under pages, I'm going to come here and I'm going to create sign up. You can see here, paste that in there, and voila, I have a sign up created. I'm going to make sure that everything good to go. So Chakra icons, I'm hoping that we get these values going to work. We'll find out. But if I go back now to my route, to my sign up route, I'm getting some issue, just like I thought. So I'm gonna move these two over. I'm gonna move them over to the React library. And one thing I wanna mention, in case you guys wanna check where things are located, I'm gonna actually go back, remove this one. And in case it doesn't exist, it shouldn't be a big of an issue for me, but you still need to figure out where you can get those icons. So if I refresh this, if I go back to the sign up, possibly refresh it, seems like there is another error. So I'm gonna debug this out and see what's happened. So I was able to figure out the issue. So the issue was this library that I have here. I did not have this installed, so I can go ahead and do npm install, and then I just install it and I just resolve the issue. Now, if I run this, the issue should now be fixed and you're good to go. And that, again, that's one of the problems whenever you're using templates. But now if I go back to this, I have a route on sign up, and you can see here, I got this integrated. So I'm gonna do the last thing here. One thing I was also to confirm, I went to Chakra UI, search for icon, and when I search for icon, I can confirm here that the view that they were using, which was in this case view icon off, was the correct name. You can see it does exist. So I was only missing the library, the React icon library here that I was missing. So now I'm gonna go back and integrate this one as the last form, and we'll show you guys how that's done. I'm gonna go back to the template. I'm gonna look for where this is located. In this case, I'm just gonna go to contact. Voila. So I'm gonna copy this code, copy it again. And in this case, I'm gonna go back to contact us. I'm gonna go here, create one last page, not inside team. I'm gonna see create inside pages, contact, paste this in there, and let's see if we have any issue. We don't know. We'll figure this out. So I'm assuming that those icons might be coming. They might not be coming from those. We might need to install those libraries, but we'll figure this out. So if I come here, go back to contact us. So if I come here, you can see now I got those issues. So I'm gonna go back, install those two library. I'm gonna go back here, copy that. Oops, clear those out. I'm gonna do yarn add, or you can just do npm install. I'm gonna install the first one, and I'm gonna install the second one. Let's make sure I do get the second one installed. I'm gonna install the second one here, and capital S to save them as a dependency. And yeah, they should be working now. Let's wait. I tried to install them both, and they did both fail, and that's okay. So what I'm gonna do in this case, you can feel free to figure out where you can get those icons. I'm just going here to bring them from there. So I'm gonna come here and pretend that I'm bringing from there. Even though they do not exist from here, that's fine. But I just wanna make sure that my application can load, and then later I can figure out where I can get them from. It's more like GitHub and Discord, bPerson, yada yada. So now if I come here, we start my server, and that should at least work, even though it's not available. It seems like there's a lot more that's not available. So I need to copy all of this and make them available on this one. Okay, so I'm gonna come here and just make it available on here. That's fine. Again, there isn't anything like that on the React one, but we just want the name of the variable to be available here at something that we can use. Let's see here. So this one doesn't. Let's see where this is being used. Let's actually do something else. I'm gonna actually try to bring them from the icon. I'm gonna do Chakra icon, and I'm gonna copy and paste all of these, and I'm gonna try to import them from there. Are they coming in? Let's take a look. So if I go back again, that seems to be more successful. So if I refresh this, I think this one was more. Yes, I got an error. I'm gonna go back and possibly clean them. Wherever I'm using those, I'm gonna actually hold them on it for now. I'm just gonna remove it. So what I mean is I'm gonna come here and I'm gonna search. I'm gonna actually comment out this one, or I can just remove it. I'm gonna remove this one. Actually, let's make sure that we can remove it. Yep, I'm gonna just remove this one right there. That's removed. I'm gonna go back and remove with a second one, the empty email, and this one. Make sure that you are removing and not anything after the element. And I'm gonna remove a third one just for practicing purposes. And then I'm gonna search where this is. I'm just gonna go here and remove this one. Now I'll leave the other one. You see here, make sure you do not remove this. I'm just gonna remove this one, and voila. Oops, let's make sure that we're not impacting anything. So I'm gonna confirm that I can remove this. So I'm gonna come here. This is good. So we're good on that end. I'm gonna make sure that I'm removing the right thing. So I'm gonna come here, remove this. Yep, and I should be good. So I'm gonna do the same thing for everything else, and we'll see. So I went ahead and remove basically everywhere that was using this. So I'm gonna come here, remove it, I'll show you guys. So everywhere that was using any of these icons, I went ahead and removed them for now. You can always replace them later. But and after I removed them, I was able to kind of get the app working now, and you can see now I have the contact us page. So basically now we have the contact us page again. We have the sign up page where you can go to. You can see the sign up page. We have the billing page, and yada yada. So you can build them from scratch. That's something you can completely do. But if you can go somewhere online, and especially if you're advanced or a little bit more advanced, you can understand or fix issues that people have, then you can feel free to start building application way faster to start building. So welcome to this series. I was going to continue building about Next.js. You definitely want to make sure that you tune in, because we're going to be releasing a lot of content about Next.js on how to do things, and see you guys in the next video.